Batman. Hey YouTube land, Tyconders there, doing another action figure review. Now this time it is for something new from Spinmasters for 2022. Sorry, just need to adjust my camera a small bit. And what this is the Robert Pattinson the Batman action figure. Now this is from Spinmasters. This is the, I think they call it the 30 centimeter, or it's the 12-inch, 11-inch action figure. So if I just bring in my trusty tape measure, just bring them in, you can see he stands just around 11, just over 11.5 inches. So he's not exactly 1/6 scale, but he'd be close. So now what these figures are, they're kind of fairly budget figures. So they wouldn't be as highly detailed or articulated as stuff, say, like Hot Toys. But for the price range, they're a lot cheaper than Hot Toys, whereas the Hot Toys figures ranging around the $100 to $200 plus mark. These are only about $10-15 or €15 thereabouts. I think this guy was 13. I think he's like $12.99 thereabouts. So he's about €13. So before I get on to the figure, just have a quick look at the box. Now, I know my ring light is a bit bright, so this is the box that he comes in. It's a kind of clamshell plastic packaging. You have an image of the character and the logo Batman on the front. And flipping around the back of the box, there shows other figures. So it just shows a picture of the figure. You have a whole bunch of legalese stuff. You have that barcode on the bottom of the box. And then you just have, there's no blurb or write-up for the figure. It just shows him in a kind of action pose. And then you have other figures. So there's a wingsuit Batman and Selina Kyle. I believe the Selina Kyle, there might be two versions of her. One with the hood on, one without the hood. The Catwoman hood. The wingsuit Batman, I believe, is a deluxe figure. I think he has like a button, press button activation thing on the center chest. And his wings, the cape basically springs out from the side with the wings and the arms attached to the wing part. So I think it's in a bigger box. If it's the figure I'm thinking of, it looks a bit different. And then in the background of the packaging, you can see Gotham. I could say Arkham. You can see Gotham City, which looks an awful lot like the Empire State Building actually in the background. And so it is from the new Batman figure, or the new Batman movie. So if I just bring a bit closer, unfortunately he's a little bit taller than my review station. So we'll just bend him down and sit him up a bit. So he's basic articulation. So his head is on a swivel. Just you can do a 360 with it. There's a bit of up and down, a bit of tilt. So it is a ball joint more than just swivel. His cowl is sculpted at the front and on the back. And then there's a kind of that fake kind of plasticky stuff for it. His arms can go all the way around. His arms can move out that much. He has single jointed elbows. Now, he doesn't seem to have any swivel at the elbow. He does have a swivel wrist. What's cool is it looks like he has the grapple launcher built into his wrist. Now, I haven't seen the movie. The movie hasn't come out yet. I think it's March it's due out, so I'm just guessing here, but it looks like some sort of contraption built into the actual gauntlet, which is kind of nice. And then on the other side, the sculpting looks like he has some sort of like darts or something sculpted on the gauntlet as well. I could be wrong. It looks like they're kind of like maybe sleep darts or something along those lines, but again, it could be just part of the way the armor is designed. He does have the traditional Batman utility belt, except it doesn't have a big bat symbol or anything on it. He does have the bat symbol, and from the kind of promo images, it looks like the bat symbol also doubles as a weapon, I think. So if I just move the cape out of the way, so the sculpting on the belt isn't too bad. It's kind of sculpted to look like actual material as opposed to the body armor section. He has a single holster on his leg for something. Again, these aren't overly detailed. The McFarlane figures may have more detailing on these. Articulation for legs is he can do splits that much. Not much back. Can kick forward into a seated position, which is good because there is a double set, which comes with a Batmobile, or the big muscle car looking Batmobile, and one of these figures, and he's supposed to be able to sit into it. The legs are sculpted to have boots, but there's no boot cut and there's no swivel on the knee. It's a single jointed knee, so there's, like as I said, kind of minimal articulation. Very similar to, if I just bring them in off screen, to the articulation that was on the Batman. I think these are the Mattel. Yeah, this is the Mattel Batman line. Was it missions? Something missions they were. The only exception is the elbow actually on these ones have a swivel. Now, I don't know if the other, I know Spinmasters have done kind of 12-inch figures for other characters based on the kind of comic book appearances. So I don't know if they have the elbow swivel and it's just these ones don't have them. I'm not too sure. But it's not a bad figure. Likeness-wise, kind of looks like Robert Pattinson's cowl piece. You could probably go to town customizing it if you want. If you wanted a cheap alternative to, as I said, a Hot Toys figure, you could probably customize the crap out of this and make it like pick out the detailing a lot better. There's no wash or anything on the armor. Like if you gave it a silver dry brushing on areas, it'd make the armor plating pop, stuff like that. And then just for another size comparison, because I have them handy, and if you want to see them in scale to Leonard, I think it was a 12-inch scale Predator figure. And you can see he's a bit off camera. Sorry, I'll just pan up a bit. Bear with me a moment. I'll just adjust the camera. So the Leonard Predator is about around the same height. He should be taller because it is a Predator, but it's another figure line I have close that could kind of work well. Again, the Predator figure actually has that elbow swivel that I mentioned. But overall, not a bad looking figure. No accessory, you just get the figure itself. You don't get any batarang or anything like that, or a grapple launcher. But as I said, it looks like the grapple launchers are kind of constructed that they're embedded into the gauntlet. I could be wrong. Detailing on the gloves aren't too bad as well. It has these kind of leather looking gloves, or biker gloves from the looks of it. So it looks pretty good. As I said, it is a shame there's no swivel. It could be just mine, but I don't think so. It looks like it's not intended to swivel. But for a cheap Robert Pattinson style Batman, not a bad figure. And there is 4-inch figures. They haven't been released over here yet, so as soon as they do, I'll probably do a quick review on each of those. What I'm really looking forward to is there is a set. It's Target exclusive in the States. I don't know if it's going to be over here, but there's like a Commissioner Gordon, a Batman, and a GCPD police car set in the 4-inch line for Spinmasters, and it's a police car out of that set that looks kind of interesting. You could use it with a lot of different stuff, so like G.I. Joe figures, Star Wars, the other Spinmaster Batman line. You could use a lot of that stuff crossover. So there you go, folks. I know this is a kind of a quick video review, but I wanted to put something out for this weekend. I haven't had much time to do any reviews, so this is just a quick one. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.